what you need, yeah. Man, I got it, wow.
Hey everybody, welcome to another edition of Box Seats. This is the show we talk about sports with comedians. I don't know what's wrong with my throat, but let's get ready to get it started. First up, Howie Bell. Howie, how you doing, sir?
What's up? What's up, good brother? End of the
How-
year. What's happening?
Yeah, definitely so. How was your weekend?
Man, my life is a weekend, Frank. I
Yeah,
never stop.
that- all right, let me bring in Mo. Mo, what's happening, bro? How you doing, sir?
They dumbasses, they had one job. They've been losing games all year long. They decided to go to Las Vegas and decide to win a game and just blow the number one pick. That's how I'm feeling right now. They had one damn job.
Yep.
Okay. How you doing, sir?
Division champions is how I'm feeling. We back on top. We are back. We are back. It feels good to be back on top.
Okay, all right. And my man Jason Hayes, how you doing, sir?
Hey, that's what winners do, baby. That's what winners do. My Duval Jungle cats are looking spectacular. But listen, I'm pouring out liquor for all those teams making Cancun reservations right now because they know what it's about to be in about one more week.
Today I'm bringing in white chocolate. I'm bringing in white chocolate today so we can have an interesting conversation. White chocolate, what's happening? How was your weekend?
It was good. How was you guys? Hope you guys all had a good holiday. It was good.
Yeah. It was interesting to say the least. I can say that. It's interesting at least. So I got some stuff to talk about. We always talk about sports and everything else. An interesting story jumped up off of the internet about a couple hours ago. Howie Bell, you know how I do. I always put you 1st.
Mhm.
I'm not sure if you heard, but boxer Anthony Joshua, who literally had a fight with Jake Paul a week ago, was in a car accident in Nigeria, and 2 people were killed. According to other people, according to the sources, it looked like he only sustained minor injuries in the crash that happened early this morning, and he was taken to a hospital. And the BBC reported that he was okay. He's okay, but there have been 2 other people who were killed in that. Now, I don't know what happened. There's not enough details about release that right now. But it's interesting that man of this stature and everything else all of a sudden gets interested in a car accident. I don't want to speculate, but it's very interesting right now, bro. What's your take, Howie Bell?
Well, I saw a little bit of that on social media too. And it was like, hey man, a week later, he just won this money. And so I don't know, you know what I'm saying? But like if there's somebody tried to kill him and all this stuff, it sounds like, you know what I'm saying? It was benign. You know what I'm saying? Like it was something that happened. Now it could be more than that. It could be more to it than that. I'm not sure. But I don't know. You know what I'm saying? We just got to see how the story goes on. And I did see a clip of, I guess, of him getting out of the car. You know what I'm saying? Or them trying to help him get out the car. And it was just a headline of 2 people were killed. So I don't know.
It's funny you say that because honestly, I thought it was some nefarious stuff was going on too because he's in Nigeria. You know what I mean? I thought some people maybe they might have tried to hijack him or something. I don't know. I mean, I just thought the worst. You know what I mean?
But my thing is, if it was really somebody trying to do it, nothing happened to him. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like he didn't get robbed. He didn't get hurt. Really, it wasn't.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I think this may be one of them things that much to do about nothing. You know what I'm saying? So.
But I will say, Mo, you up. I will say this. When people know you in town, people do funny things about money. You know what I mean?
That's
people
true.
Act funny around money. You know what I mean? Mo, what's your take?
Yeah, you know how money would change. Money would change people. You know what I'm saying? Never let nobody how much you hold, because the jealousy and tendency get your ass stuck up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you know what? I seen that too on the internet, and I don't know what to think about it. And I started reading the comments, because I'm one of them dudes. Sometimes I see something, I don't want to say nothing. I just come for the comments. And there was a lot of conspiracy theories. Something Jake Paul hadn't done, shouldn't beat up the white kid. All kinds of stupidness. I don't know what to think about it. And I'm like Howie. It was probably just a damn car accident. Sadly, someone died. But in the words of Cam, people die in car accidents every day, B.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so D Jones, I know you heard this story, or if you didn't, you just did just now. What's your take on this, man? You know,
Well, that was very consoling there, Mo. And R.I.P. to I read he lost his best friend. So whatever happened, you know, losing your best friend, that has to be devastating. So that's all I really can say about it. We really don't know what happened. Although all we know is there's a car accident and 2 people lost their life, and one of them was his best friend. So my condolences to the family, to him.
mm-hmm.
That's deep.
Yeah, it definitely is. Jay, you want to have a word on this?
Yeah, hey, 2 things. As a good book says, the rain falls on the just and the unjust alike.
Yeah.
Because you got money or whatever, you are not exempt from all the things, you know, that can happen in life, you know, that does certain things. The second thing is, I think Frank should send this segment to Donald Trump because he might have a job for him. Because Frank heard Nigeria and he thought, hey, something fishy going on, dog. You know how them Nigerians are. They always doing something, man. You know, it could have just been a regular accident.
Sorry to say I did.
You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. He's in Nigeria. You know, clearly, you know, it's something going on. You know, so, I mean, it's messed up. I mean, now, the first thing that I looked for when I heard the story was he driving? Like, that's the first thing I wanted to know. He wasn't driving. Like, he was in the back seat. So it looks like whatever happened, it was no fault that he did. You know what I mean? So that's the one thing that I wanted clarity on immediately.
Well, let me just say this for those of you who want to make that comment like Jay did. I've been to Africa 15 times, you know what I mean, in my life, 15 times. And of the 15 times, I was followed every single time when I landed in the airport. Every single time. I went to Liberia. I went to Liberia. I went to Ivory Coast. I went to South Africa, and I went to Ghana. Every time I went, people followed me. So I have no money. So the only reason why I say Nigeria is because of the simple fact being, if they followed him the way they followed me, and everybody knows in the world he got 90 million, that's why I assumed the worst. I hate to say it. I did. Yeah.
But Frank, you know, now here's the thing. We still don't know that wasn't it. True. I mean, you know, he's high profile. I mean, you know, he beat the hell out of a white boy. I mean, you know, it could have been a MAGA person that followed him over there, you know, trying to get some get back. I don't know.
True. It could be anything. True. Speaking of which, let me see what White Chocolate got to say. He's the White Chocolate of the group. White Chocolate, what you got to say to this?
Well, it's a tragic situation. It's horrible. And, you know, he wasn't driving. So, you know, for all the guys that we beat up that get behind the wheel, do stupid things, you know, there's got to be a serious sense of maybe some guilt losing his friend. You know, it's just not something you want to have to go through. And so hopefully they provide some details as to, you know, was it a limo? Was it an Uber? What, you know, who was driving and what happened? This reminds me a little bit like, and I know it's not the same, but it reminds me a little bit like Princess Diana when, you know, obviously she wasn't driving, but, you
paparazzi.
know, paparazzi was chasing them. And so, you know, listening to you guys talk about, you know, being followed and whatnot, that wouldn't surprise me if he was being followed. Maybe the driver was trying to evade them and, you know, there was a mishap.
That's what I think. Honestly, I mean, I hate to say it. I think that my driver was trying to evade somebody. I think he was being followed. And yes, I think the worst. I'm sorry, I do. I've been to Africa 15 times. I've seen a lot of stuff in those times I've been there. And and none of it was good, but you know.
But also, Frank, you know, depending upon, you know, where he was in Nigeria, you know, a buddy of mine, you know, was doing business. He was living over there. Yeah. And he said the first thing he had to do was he had to buy like a big ass pickup truck because the roads are so terrible.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, they are.
So it's a lot of factors I think that, you know, go into this.
Yeah, the roads are terrible. If you're driving fast, you know, you could easily lose control. There's a lot that could, just like you said, there's a lot that can go into it. Let's find out more. I'm sorry to say I did think the worst. I still think the worst. I hope I'm wrong, but, you know, we'll see what happens.
You're probably not.
Go ahead, Alan. D. Jones is saying something. We can't hear you.
It's that Patriot jersey and hat.
You still can't hear me?
No, I can hear you
You
now.
can-
Go ahead.
Yeah.
I'm in Michigan, so once you leave out Detroit city limits, we didn't got followed a lot.
I told you. It's some Kid Rock whites.
Your volumes are gone again, D. Maybe you should go out and come back in. Why he does that?
They bugging him now. That's why he keep going in and out. They bugging him now.
NSA jamming
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay.
How are you up next, man? I got to talk about this next story because everybody's talking about it this morning. Notre Dame head coach Marcus Freeman decided he's going to stay. I know they threw a lot of money in him, Howie, because that dude turned Notre Dame around real quick. I know they turned. I don't know, Howie. What's your take on his decision to stay? Because Marcus Freeman right now is the darling of the league right now. You know, everybody wants him. You know what I mean? And he is a good coach. You know, he's a good coach. What's your take, Howie?
They gave him that Catholic school money.
That's what they did. Yeah.
That's what they did, man. I mean, that's what it was. They offered him everything he needed. You know what I'm saying? And said, "Come stay right here. We're gonna help you get a national championship. We're gonna help you. We're gonna help you get in." And the way the rules going, they automatically get in next year if it's the same type of situation, right? We talked about that. So they'll get into the college football playoff situation. I mean, I think he's a good coach too. Now, I don't really like the school, you know what I'm saying? But you know, I like him as a coach though. I think he's really good, actually. But say, man, they gave him the bag, bro.
Yeah, they did. Mo, should he have left?
Why leave when the money's right there? The devil you know is better than the devil you don't know. You know what I'm saying? He got the bag right there. Take the bag. You know what I'm saying? They got everything going on over there. Even like I'm like, Howard, I don't like the school, but they will give you some paper.
Okay. D. Jones, should he have left? And do you see a prospect of him staying?
I was praying that Michigan threw him the bag. And he left Notre Dame and came over to U of M. I thought that'd have been perfect.
Yeah. I don't know about that one though. But I'll let you live with that one. Jay, what's your take on this? Man, you think he should have left?
I don't think that he was afforded the opportunity to leave for real.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean? I mean, you know, like I pay attention to word. You know, it didn't say he turned anybody down. It just said he was returning.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? You know, and I don't think that the college bag is better than the NFL bag. You know, overall, you know, when it comes to getting paid. I mean, even if it's Notre Dame, and they're ready to get rid of him like 2 years ago.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty sure that when he got the job, he had like one of them flimsy contracts, you know, where they really didn't believe in him like that. They didn't want to believe in him like that. And now they gave him an enhanced contract. I don't even know what that means. So, hey, he coming back, you know, with his sprayed on hairline and all that stuff, you know, and his, you know, I ain't black. You know, he's something else, you know, but tell that, you know, to the police in Indiana.
What's your take on this, bro? How you look at this?
Well, I was just doing a little reading real quick. He signed a 6-year, $54 million contract. That's $9 million a year. If I was him, I wouldn't leave either. Why would you leave? You get $9 million a year for another, 4 years. I wouldn't go anywhere. And it could, you know, go to the NFL. He may not make $9 million, and he may last 1 year or 2 years there. You have a good thing going. He turned the program around. He's done a good job. If I was him, I wouldn't leave unless I get fired. That's what I'd do.
All right, so
he got like 17 kids too.
Yeah, he do got a lot of kids. Howie, the next story I wanted to talk about because, bro, this is a very, very interesting story. I'm gonna have to mute D. Jones for a second. Okay. Okay, hold on.
He got that Kid Rock Wi-Fi.
Yeah, he doing something over there. All right. Like I was saying, Howie, this story is really strange. Baylor coach Scott Drew had to address a situation about James Najee. James Najee, for those of you sitting at home who are not paying attention, James Najee was an NBA draft pick, and now he decided to go back and come back and play for college. That's never happened before. Now, here's what the story says. Baylor announced the signing of Najee, who was the 31st overall pick in the 2023 NBA draft, but he never played an NBA game after being selected by the Detroit Pistons and having his rights traded to Charlotte and later the New York Knicks. That's what happened not too long ago, literally 2 years ago. Now, Howie Bell, people are up in the aura over this because people are literally saying, if you there, you should definitely be, you got to go back to the league. You shouldn't come back to college. You shouldn't have the ability to go back to college. But he did, and he is. Baylor picked him up, and that's causing a huge uproar. Where are you at with this? He ain't played one NBA game, Howie. He ain't played one NBA game.
I don't like it at all. I don't like it. Yeah, if you crossed over, man, it's that. Hey, man, listen, bro, you got to make that happen. You're a professional now. Even if you didn't play in the game, you've been running schemes or you've been practicing. You cannot go back to these college kids, man, with the information you have. You can't do that. You know what I'm saying? And the skill set has increased. You cannot go back. That's cheating to me. You know what I'm saying? I mean, like, how are these new things coming about in the world now? It's all this new stuff. Man, it's a reason why it's professional sports and amateur sports and collegiate sports. There's a difference between all of them. You cannot go back that's like a dude you might as well keep it going. Somebody go back to their old high school then, if that's a damn case, and go play against other kids. I mean, what is this? You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, this is a slippery slope, man. You cannot go back once you're a professional and go play with kids. I don't care who you are. Okay. It's just not good. So I don't like it at all.
All right. Where are you at with this, Mo? Because he can get redrafted again. That's the crazy thing. I read a story saying he can get redrafted again once he goes back to Baylor and comes back out again. You like this? You like this thought?
I don't like it. I mean, but if he found a way around it, hey, I mean, you know what? You know how I feel about the NCAA. May they get raped, ramped, beat up by everybody because they took advantage of people for centuries. So I hope the NCAA get whatever they deserve. I don't like it, though, because I feel like once you become a pickle, you can't go back to being a cucumber again. You know what I'm saying? Straight like that. But, it is what it is. If he found a loophole to beat him upside the head and take some more of their money, beat him upside the head and take some more of their money.
Okay, D. Jones, where you at with this? You think that once you get declared as an NBA pro, you think it's fair to go back to college?
I don't see why not.
Right.
Because people go back to college to get their degree. You know what I'm saying? Once they hit the pros. So if you feel like it ain't the right time, why can't you go back? I don't know why you wouldn't be able to. That don't make sense to me. And the Patriots won the division.
Okay, Jay, where you at with this? What you think?
I'm the opposite of Howie, man. Listen, Howie is the dude with the lawn chair to like get off my lawn, spraying the kids with the water hose, bro. I'm telling you. Listen, they're all pros now, man. Once that NIL thing got approved and they start having professional sports agents, they're signing professional contracts. They're pros. I mean, they're still going to college. And the reason why I don't have an issue with it is because there's no benefit to sitting on the bench. You know what I'm saying? I mean, if he was ready to play, he'd be playing. And so what's going to happen if he can't break the lineup, he's been there, this is going on year 2, and he was a pretty high draft. I mean, 21 is pretty high, in the NBA.
He was 31, actually, but go ahead.
What was 31?
He's 31, yeah.
Okay, well, that's like circle around. So listen, so it's even better for him to go back and get more development because what it's saying is you're not ready for the NBA yet. And he's not going to get developed sitting the bench and just going to practice every day. Mm-hmm. So it's to his benefit to go back to college, play those, 35, 36 games or whatever, the college teams have during the year where he's playing a couple times a week and really working on, what he knows he has to work on and then go back at it. I mean, it's like trying to be Mr. Like Mr. Universe, but you can't touch the weights. You know what I'm saying? You a pro, you in the gym, you competing, but Arnold Schwarzenegger and them, they're taking all the weights and you can't touch them. You ain't never gonna get there.
No. The NBA got the best development program in all sports. The G League.
That's not
That's
true.
not true. That's not true, man.
That's not true.
No,
No.
not. The NFL does. But that's
The only way to develop is playing. And
I want to say something real.
Hold on. Let Steve say his piece, and I'll let you guys say. I'll come back. Go ahead, Steve. Say your piece.
All right, give me half a second. D. Jones, you're not alone, buddy. Here we go.
I got some gasoline and a pack of matches for both of you.
Oh, yeah, there you go.
All right. All kidding aside, listen. I just again did a little reading real quick. I think when you declare for the draft, you lose the ability to go back, in my opinion, because now there's a caveat here I'll get to in a second. But most of the guys, they play, let's say 1 year of college, they declare for the draft, they get drafted, they go play in the G League and the Summer League or whatever it is, and maybe they don't make it to an NBA team, but they're still playing in the G League. It's still part of the NBA. I don't think after 1 year that they should be able to say, oh, screw this, I'm going back to college. Now, in this guy's case, he was playing overseas. He got drafted. He never actually played college ball, and he never registered. He never enrolled in a college here. And so what they're saying is, in this particular case, the rules allow him to sign up because his 5-year eligibility, the clock starts now. This is an isolated case, but I think he played in the Summer League already. So whatever team owns his rights, I think it's the Charlotte Hornets, unless they gave him up. I don't think he should be allowed to go back unless, I mean, he's got to do something else. Once you declare and once you're part of the NBA in any capacity, I'd say that's it. You're done. You can't go back to college for sports.
All right, now it's time to go ahead, James.
Right, real quick though with this though. The only reason that argument was an argument in the first place was because the NCAA said that once you became a pro, you were no longer an amateur. But they're not amateurs now anymore. They're already pros on the college level. So if you're a pro, regardless of what you're doing, it really doesn't matter. And so here's the thing: NIL money. These kids are literally getting $3-4 million a year. If you go to the G League, the average salary in the G League is $40,000 a year. You know what I'm saying? So it makes no sense to make somebody go play for $40,000 when they can go get $3 million, at BYU or Duke or whatever that is.
I'm gonna say one thing to address what you just said. I think we kind of talking apples and oranges a little bit. So I get it with the money part, and I get it that once you get paid for something you do, you're a quote unquote professional. So I get what you're saying on that. But the thing where I'm coming from is, once you partly what White Chocolate is saying to declare for the draft, you shouldn't be able to come back. But my thing is, you have insider information from being a part of the professional league, whether it's NFL, NBA, whatever it is. You have been exposed to privy information that you can now use to your competitive advantage back in college. That is where I'm coming from, and that's not fair. I don't think
the information he got was he ain't good enough.
No, bro. Let me tell you something. Once I don't give a damn if you didn't get the job. Once you've been exposed to arena, you know things that others don't know. I mean, it's period. I mean, that's just a fact. So what I'm saying is, it's not fair to the kids that are busting their ass, number one, and they either when they come out in year 1, year 2, year 3, or 4, and then they go to the league and then they can't go back. Why is it that we're making exceptions and doing all this weirdo shit now? Man, you can't go back, bro. You declared of being a professional in the NBA. You cannot go back to college. It don't even sound right. It don't even sound like I can on my palate to even say that. It's going to be weird, and it's going to cause to me a slippery slope.
And whose spot is he taking?
So I don't want to take up any more time on that story. We got a lot more stuff to cover. We'll put that on the back burner for the next time. Right now, I want to jump into this because I also want to get to the NFL stories of the weekend, man. I want to get to that too. The playoff picture is shaping up. Before I do, Howie Bell, I asked you guys to do one thing for me today. I want you guys to give me the top 5 sports stories to you that happened this year in the year 2025. Meaning, what were the biggest things that happened? I don't care what it was. I don't care if it was in boxing. I don't care if it was in football, basketball, baseball. It was a signing. I don't care. I want to know what was the biggest thing that happened to you and Howie's not there. Howie.
I'm here. I'm here.
We don't see you.
We can hear you, but we can't see you.
Okay, hold on.
Must be the software.
Yeah, might be.
He's doing this again.
Yep,
Okay, so you got
Okay, there he
him,
is.
Holly? You got your top 5?
I got him. They right here. I got him. I got him. I didn't write him down, but I got him. Come on.
Okay, go ahead. Stop him.
All right, so I would say number 5 would be for me would be the whole thing with the NFL just attacking all of these streaming platforms. To me, this is setting a precedent with sports. They hogged up. I think Charles Barkley complained about them hogging up Christmas Day. The NFL is doing everything they can to juice all of the ratings from everywhere they can, and I think it's unprecedented. I think they're going to platform to platform. You gotta have Prime, or you gotta have Netflix, or you gotta have. They are taking advantage, and they're going. So I think that's a big story that we're gonna have to continue to follow. Is the way sports are intertwining with these streaming platforms. So there's number 1.
Okay, that's 5.
That's 5. Number 4, I'm gonna say Luka going to the Lakers. I think that was a huge story this year. You know what I'm saying? Going back to even with our shows, you know what I'm saying, how much we talked about the trade. I think that whole trade thing was very huge, and we're seeing, what's coming of it now. Number 3, I'm gonna say the whole gambling thing that's going on across sports. I'm talking about everything, not just Chauncey Billups and what's the other guy's name?
Terry Rozier.
Rozier.
But you got the baseball players. I mean, you got all cats. You know what I'm saying? Pitching, making crazy plays for $2,500 and $3,500. I mean, just weirdo. This gambling thing with the sports betting, FanDuel, and professional sports going back to that, even collegiate too. They gamble on that. All sports. That's a big deal right now. They're gonna have to figure out how to regulate and get that together. I think number 2 was, and these last 2 are kind of similar. Number 2, Kansas City Chiefs not making it to the playoffs. I think that is a big thing because the end of an era, and from what we know, they could possibly bounce back quick. But them not going to the playoffs is big. And number 1, the Detroit Lions falling off. How they fell off is a huge sports story to me personally, not only as a fan but as a person that loves football. The way that they crumbled is epic, and I think that's a big story that needs to be talked about, and we'll see what years to come what happens from that. But those are my top 5.
All right, Mo, give me yours.
All right, number 5, the Luka trade. You know what I'm saying? That was big. It's still big. It's still simmering. You know what I'm saying? They still getting ripples in the pond behind that there. Number 4, Thibodeau being fired by the New York Knicks. No one saw that coming. That just came out of left field like, bam. You know what I'm saying? They just came back from the Eastern Conference Finals, and then that leads me into my number 3. The Celtics getting their ass whooped by the Knicks when nobody expected them to win one game against the Celtics.
Smack.
Nobody saw that coming, but those guys sitting in that room with them orange and blue uniforms and us devoted fans up here, well, not up here, but us New York fans.
They got diddled.
The Michigan coach scandal.
Bruh.
Man, wow. That right there is just crazy. And of course, anything to do with the gambling from top to bottom, from baseball to basketball, everything that's come out this year, that's crazy. Right there, that gambling. That's my 5.
Okay. Where we at? D Jones, give me yours.
Number 5. Can you hear me?
Yep.
All right, I couldn't hear nothing Mo said. Number 5, I got the Dodgers winning the World Series. Number 4, I got OKC winning the NBA championship. That was huge. Number 3, I got how the Eagles just mollywop and spank the Chiefs. I've never seen the Super Bowl so bad and so lopsided by one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time. Number 2, I got Luka. That probably could have been the biggest top story of the year because nobody's seen that coming. But number 1, I got how the first shall be last and the last shall be first in the NFL. We seen all these teams everybody predicted to win the Super Bowl, not in it. And the teams that we wasn't expecting to be on top, the Bears, the Texans, the Jags, the Patriots on top now. And so those teams everybody was saying was gonna win, not up there. The Seahawks is on top. You know what I'm saying? So that's my number one story right there.
Okay. And Jay, give me yours. Give me your 5.
Number 5, gambling in sports. I mean, it's just been pervasive. I mean, this whole year. 4, OKC. The fact that they won the title and they're still the youngest team in the NBA. 3, I got to go with the whole Michigan scandal is the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah.
You know, and it's only ridiculous because it's on the heels of another Michigan coach also getting fired with cause. I've never seen that happen in my life. 2, listen, the Patriots coming from where they were to be where they are right now is crazy. And number 1, Jaguars won 4 games last year. They've won 12, probably, you know, and they're probably going to end the season with 13 wins. That's huge. And as a bonus, gambling again. And, you know, not in the sports thing, but in the sense that all the sports leagues are taking a beating for gambling, but nobody talking about the casinos and the bookies who is paying for the information. They ain't talking about them people at all. How are these people exempt from all of it?
That's true. That's true. But Steve, give me your 5.
All right, number 5, I have Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese feud, and the WNBA gaining more popularity, especially with them, possibly going on strike. We've talked about that quite a bit on here. The resident redneck had to throw this in. For me personally, the NHL 4 Nations tournament was huge, especially USA versus Canada, when they played each other and fought right off the drop. And we talked about how, they have it a little better than the NBA as far as like all-star and stuff. Number 3, Bill Belichick at UNC. All kinds of stories, controversies, his girlfriend, that whole nonsense, the NIL money and the transfer portal. Those 2 latter stories are definitely going to be stuff we talk about endlessly for the next, I don't know how many years. Number 2, overlap the gambling with the baseball and basketball and football and all that stuff. That's going to be an ongoing thing heading into next year too. And my number 1 thing is the NFL officiating / rigged / scripted / WWE garbage. These a-holes keep putting us through every freaking week. What's a catch? What's not a catch? Who's scoring in the last minute? All these games coming down to the wire. I'm sorry. Yep. I don't believe anymore. I have a friend of mine that bets, and he's asking me what I think about this game. And every time he does it, I say, stay away, stay away, stay away. I'm never betting on it again. It's rigged. It's rigged for them. It's not. We have no chance of winning. I hate it. And I hate that there's controversy every freaking week when millions of people at home with their own eyes can see the flim-flam crap that these a-holes are doing. And they think they're gaslighting us. They think we're stupid. And I'm sorry, I'm not falling for it. I have one more that Howie touched on. The streaming thing, Frank, you know how I feel about this. I freaking hate it. I have to go to freaking Netflix, Peacock, Amazon Prime, YouTube, your sister's ass. I'm done with these freaking streaming crap. I'm sick of it. I'm done with this streaming.
That's why you mad, son.
Yo, that was the most Boston line. That is the most Boston line. Yo, y'all laughing. That is something they say up here on a regular day.
He ain't lying. He ain't lying. One thing I want to add to that nobody touched on is the NBA's All-Star Weekend has got to be one of the worst things I've ever seen. I didn't think it would get so bad that they would have to scrap it, but the NBA, I just want to just touch on that. To me, that's one of the stories of the year. It got so bad that they decided that they have to make something brand new, and I love what they're doing now. It's going to be NBA versus the world, literally in about 6 weeks. I'm loving that. But the NBA All-Star Game, I never thought it'd be as bad as it was. I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe it. All right, so look at the time. Howie Bell, we got to talk about the NFL picture, man, the NFL playoff picture,
Let's
because there's a
go.
lot of stuff that's showing up in the NFL playoff picture. First thing I want to talk about, though, the Steelers looked horrible, Howie. Steelers looked horrible. I don't care how you look. They were embarrassing. They lost to the Browns. Pittsburgh got defeated by them 13-6. And yeah, let's just talk about this. And the Steelers got to play next week with Baltimore. The win is in. You know what I mean? The win, whoever wins is in. What's your take on the Steelers, you know, and this playoff picture with the Steelers and the Ravens next week?
I mean, you know, man, I'm very, you know, upset about the NFL right now. You know, my team is looking on the outside looking in. And I think that we've been a victim of that coaching, but that referee and stuff. But I digress.
No,
What I'm gonna
that was
say-
a Freudian slip. That was a Freudian slip.
Yeah.
He said coaching. He said coaching. He called himself.
But I digress, like I said. So the Steelers, I wish Mike Tomlin the best of luck, but Aaron Rodgers can kiss my sister's ass. Is that what you're saying? I don't give a damn what it is. That guy is one of the most arrogant football players in the world. Now, I swear, man, I don't wish him nothing but anything but luck.
The worst.
The worst. The Browns, however, if I want to speak about them, I like Shador. I like what they're doing, and I'm looking forward to seeing them next season.
Okay. Mo, the playoff picture right now for the Steelers looks pretty bleak heading into Baltimore, or heading versus Baltimore. I don't know where they're playing. But it looks pretty bleak right now. That's the NFL playoff picture as it's shaping up now that Pittsburgh Steelers is going to play a one-off, winning your end against the Ravens right now. But Baltimore, they're turning the corner. They're turning the corner. Meanwhile, Pittsburgh's getting really bad, Mo. Looking really bad. Where you at with this, Mo? What's your take?
Well, I'm gonna say this: Baltimore better beat the living hell out of Pittsburgh. They down DK Metcalf, TJ Watt. They down a bunch of key players. There's some other names I can't think of now because of the 420 laws here in the state of Massachusetts. But I'm just trying to remember. But anyway, you know, and if Baltimore loses this game because of dumb coaching, dude needs to be fired right there. All he got to do is give Derrick Henry the ball because they can't stop the run.
Yeah, he got 4 TDs yesterday.
They cannot stop the run. They can, man. Listen, they cannot stop that run.
It's cheese.
Definitely. D. Jones, the Baltimore Ravens doing a one-off against the Pittsburgh Steelers. You know, we are sitting there looking at them from 3,000 feet. What's your look at Baltimore or Pittsburgh? Where you at with this?
I don't give a piss about Baltimore or Pittsburgh. Okay. I am looking at what intrigues me about the playoff picture is the possible matchups.
Right.
That's super dope to me. Right now in the AFC, the Chargers would play the Patriots, the Bills would play the Jaguars, and if the Ravens get in, they play the Texans. That's a dope matchup. I'll take the Chargers, but I want the number 1 seed in the body. And then in the NFC,
D, we're gonna get there. We're gonna get there.
It's all wide open, but I don't
Yeah.
really care. I don't want to see Baltimore make the playoffs. I really don't want to run into Derrick Henry for a second time this season. I really do not.
Yeah. We gonna get there, D. We're gonna cover the playoff picture overall. Just a sec. Let me see what your thoughts is about this, Jay.
So, you know, we do this show pretty much every day, right? How many times since the football season started have we buried Baltimore? Season's over, no way they making the playoffs and all this stuff. And the fact that they still alive, man, I think this is bigger than all of us right now, man. I mean, that's God intervening or something. You know what I'm saying? You know, like I'm pretty sure that TJ Watt's long situation happened because he's probably getting an injection. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. You know, and they hurt him, you know, knocked him out for the season. DK want to go slap people in the stands, and they need him down the home stretch. And so, but last week I told y'all about the Myles Garrett sack record. I was like, or Pittsburgh can be really petty and only focus on blocking Myles Garrett so he doesn't get the record against them, and everybody else take off. And that's exactly what they did.
Yep.
So
100%.
So they deserve to be where they are right now, man. You know what I'm saying? So if they miss the playoffs, it's going to be because they made all the wrong decisions to leave the door open for Baltimore to come in there, you know, and take the division title.
And White Chocolate, you get the last word on that.
Listen, as good as a coach as Mike Tomlin is, they have a habit of making it difficult on themselves every year. Now, I just looked it up. The Steelers won the first matchup against Baltimore earlier in the month, and now it's a revenge game. Playoffs are on the line. If Lamar's healthy, and you got Derrick Henry carrying the ball 30 times, so hopefully the coach, gets his head out of his rear and doesn't make the same mistake he made against the Patriots and leave him on the bench. Listen, that's going to be a bloodbath, and I for the Patriots' sake, I want Pittsburgh to win because I don't want to face Baltimore, like D. Jones said, number one. But number two, I don't think they're going to win. I don't think Pittsburgh, they have a habit of choking at the wrong times. Yeah, Mike Tomlin doesn't have a losing record, but 9-8 missing the playoffs, how many more times can they do that? So expect a bloodbath and keep your fingers crossed because it's going to be a good game. And it's Sunday night. It's Sunday Night Football. It's the last one. So enjoy.
Howie Bell, that leads me to the AFC playoff picture, the way it's looking before I even talk about the New England Patriots, because the Patriots, obviously, they became AFC East champs with the Buffalo Bills losing to Philadelphia yesterday, which was crazy.
Mm-hmm. That's wild.
The Patriots ended up becoming AFC East champs along with the Chicago Bears and two teams and the Jacksonville Jaguars, and there's one more team I'm forgetting. Can't think of
Broncos.
Broncos. Most importantly, the Broncos.
Yeah.
These four teams right now have one of the most miraculous turnarounds in one season. You know what I mean? In one season. So with the Patriots winning and becoming AFC East champs right now, the Broncos at number one. What's your take on the AFC? We're going to talk about the NFC in a second. What's your take right now on the AFC side because of the Patriots win? And I'm only saying that Patriots win because the way they won, number one, and number two, the way the seating is laid out right now, you know what I mean? The way the seating is laid out right now brings up a very interesting, final week in the NFL for the AFC because Jacksonville's hot on the Patriots' ass, the Patriots are hot on Broncos' ass, and everybody's not even paying attention to who? The Houston Texans are hot on everybody else's ass too. You know what I mean?
Correct.
So you got to basically look at the AFC East the AFC and say, wow, one loss can topple a lot of different things. What's your take on the AFC? On the AFC?
I love it, man. I love what I'm seeing by all of those teams you mentioned, to be honest. I really like football, what's going on right now, especially the way this is shaping up with the playoffs. I tell you this, though, man, and as much as I like the Patriots, dog, it would be a damn shame if Baltimore got in and popped y'all. That would be fucking incredible. I mean, that would be a debacle. So so I'm sitting here and I'm looking and thinking about all this stuff, man, with the AFC, and I tell you, I worry about you guys in particular, and I do want to see Baltimore get in. I do like the Broncos, but I'm loving the Texans too, man, and I like the Jags, to be honest with you. So I'm loving it. I just can't wait to see what happens in a couple weeks. You know what I'm saying?
I gotta say this. There's two teams in the NFL that are really scary. One in the AFC and one in the NFC. The one in the AFC that's really scary, to me, everybody has their own opinion, to me, is the Houston Texans. I ain't seen a defense like that in a long time.
Yep.
The Houston Texans, their defense is really, really scary. It's their offense that's, suspect. You know what I mean? And when you get that, now's the time when you get to play in defense is when you win games with defense. So, and obviously the NFC side of things, to me, everybody has their own thing. To me, I first thought it was the Rams, but man, the 49ers are balling out. The 49ers are balling out. So
who?
The 49ers, and I hate to say that, I almost stuttered. Mo, tell me your thoughts, man. What's your thoughts on the way the AFC is shaping up right now, with people not paying attention to the Jaguars or the Texans?
Well, we've been paying attention to the Jaguar. We can't help it. We got one of them Duval dummies over there.
You got it.
But Houston, and you're right, that defense they just coming up smashing people like
they're doing really phenomenal. Yeah.
Houston can make it all the way.
Yeah, they could. Yeah, they
Houston
do.
can take it all the way for the AFC. You know, I don't know. It's tough. And like D Jones was saying, all the teams we thought were gonna be on top are not. You know, Buffalo took a hit yesterday. That was a hit for Buffalo and for Pittsburgh. Both of them took a hit. And I watched that Pittsburgh game because I got my Fire Stick back. So I watched that game. That Steelers, and Shador them looked pretty good. And like JD said, all they did was just try to keep the record from being done, and they shot themselves in the foot because there's no way they're gonna beat the Ravens next
That was
Sunday.
crazy, man.
No way in the world they're gonna beat the Ravens. They should have took advantage of that game. They had chances, and the field goal kicker missed the 3-pointer. It was a lot that happened in that game that they deserve to be
reflect back. They definitely reflect that.
Listen, let me say this though. I want Pittsburgh to go down a fiery hole because I hope that they fire Tomlin and he comes to the Giants.
Okay, D Jones, the way AFC puts this paper out. D Jones, what's your outlook on the way the AFC is shaping up? And as a Patriots fan, are you have any concern right now with the 3, 4, 5 seeds?
Drake, May. That's it. I'm not worried about. Listen, the way it's shaping out right now, if it stays where it's at, we got the Chargers in the first round. I'm not scared of the Chargers. Then you can let the Jaguars and the Bills beat up each other. Not worried if they gonna destroy each other.
Uh-oh.
D Jones went out. Hey, we lost him.
That's Ted Nugent blocking him, bro.
I'm gonna have to let him come back. I'm gonna let him come back. Jay, what's your take on this, bro?
Hey, this is the first year in a long time that I can say like literally any 5 or 6 teams could win the AFC.
Yep.
I mean, like you can pick one of either 5. You know, they all have attributes. They all have like things that are dangerous. You know, for a weakness or whatever. But usually in the playoffs, it's usually the hot team. That keeps that momentum going throughout the playoffs all the way through. Let me say this. Jacksonville has won 7 games in a row. Their last loss was to the Houston Texans in Houston when they blew a 19-point lead in the 4th quarter. So they gave that away. So the New England looks really dangerous. I think Denver's fugazi. I know the Chargers are fugazi, and I don't believe in Buffalo this year either. I don't think their defense is good enough, and their wide receivers definitely aren't good enough, I think to make any noise in the playoffs. So if I had to pick, assuming that they don't play each other earlier, I would take the Patriots and the Jags in the AFC Championship game.
Yeah, I can see that. I can definitely see that. D Jones, finish your thought, man, before you got X'd out. Go ahead, what you were saying.
Yeah, I apologize for that. The Patriots have an opportunity to win the Super Bowl, and if they do, everybody who knows me is going to have to block me and not answer my phone calls.
It gets worse?
Oh, my goodness.
You going to call us?
Yeah.
All right, D.
But anybody could win. I can see anybody winning. Like, I can't pinpoint one team in these playoffs.
Right.
To me, I think getting to the AFC Championship, I think it's going to be the Houston, the Patriots, or the Jags. Those are 3 coming out to coming out of the AFC. One of those 3 coming out of the AFC to me. I don't know which one of those 3, but everybody else, I don't. But Steve, give me your thought process right now on the way the AFC playoff picture is shaping up.
Well, to piggyback a lot of you guys' thoughts, I mean, Houston's defense is the scariest of all the units that are remaining. So they're going to be a problem. But that said, I agree that the Patriots, Houston, and the Jaguars are probably the top 3. Buffalo, they don't have the defense and they don't have the wide receivers, as mentioned earlier. The Chargers, listen, their quarterback is dinged up. He's not even playing this week coming up against Denver. So Denver's probably going to get the win and get the number 1 seed. So that means the Patriots will play the Chargers in the first round. And
unless the Chargers lose. So
Well, the Chargers are going to lose because they're not playing Herbert. He's not playing this week. The next week. Sorry, this coming week that they're supposed to play, they're playing Denver, and he's not playing. So that's a loss. And so I don't know what it would take for anybody else to be in the mix for the Patriots not to play them, but I would welcome them. And I agree that Denver's a little bit fugazi. They've won every single game close, like within a touchdown. That's only going to get you so far. And like when we were on last week, teams that are on hot streaks, like the Jaguars, 7 in a row. Patriots, 10 out of 11, blah blah. Those teams have momentum, and those are the teams I would look towards being in the AFC Championship.
Let's talk about the NFC now, Howie. We got to go to the NFC because the NFC is really the AFC. This is what I'm gonna say. The AFC is laying like brick, like it's laying. Even though we have more of an idea of where the seedings are going to be because of the way it's been for the last couple of weeks. The NFC is literally upside down. Like you
Crazy.
nobody can't tell me anything because I mean, and a lot of games that happen this weekend is going to be decided. So right now, as it is, Howie, you got Seattle that play the 49ers this week. They're the number 1 seed. But you also got the Bears who play the Lions this week. The Bears are going to try to hold that number 2. You know what I mean? And then you got Philly, who barely beat Buffalo yesterday. They play the Commanders, so they should win. The Carolina Panthers play the Bucks. They should win. But the 49ers in the 5th seed. But here's the crazy thing about this, Howie. If the 49ers win next week, right, they can actually go and get the number 1 seed. You know what I mean? Because they play Seattle. So Seattle and the 49ers playing for the number 1 seed this weekend. And as you can see, it disrupts the entire flow of the NFC that's playing right now. So Howie, as we look at the NFC right now, what's your thoughts on the NFC playoff picture right now? What you got? Seattle at 1, Chicago, Philly, Carolina, 49ers, Rams, and the Packers. That's the way it's right now.
I'm gonna say this. We always talk about it, right? Defense wins championships. On the AFC side, Texans look like they got the best defense. On the NFC side, I don't know. I know who don't have no damn defense, and that's Green Bay, Chicago, and damn the 49ers either. And so what I'm saying is somebody like Seattle can come out of the NFC. You know what I'm saying? Because their defense is pretty damn good. Believe it or not, I know we talk about it. I've even doubted them. They the weirdest goddamn organization, but somehow, some way, the damn Philadelphia Eagles will pull shit off, and especially defensively. So this time of the year, I don't doubt them. I'm gonna go ahead and say Chicago gonna get bounced out the first round. Green Bay is too, and I think that the 49ers may get even. Well, if they get a bye, that's different. I mean, if they get the number 1 seed, that's different. But I don't think they're going to go too far either. I think Seattle, and it looks like Seattle and Philly to me are going to be right there when the smoke clears.
Okay, so I unequivocally disagree with Howie Bell, Mo, because Mo, this is what the crazy thing about it is, Mo. The best 6 seed ever in NFL history is the Rams, at 11-4, right there. The Rams are sitting up there waiting for a couple of things to lay out, Mo, and everybody's overlooking the Rams too, because you got Seattle, Chicago, Philly, Carolina, the 49ers, the Rams, and the Packers. Mo, what's your thought, Mo, on how this stuff is laying out for the NFC?
Well, I'm saying right now, the one thing Howie did say was that the Eagles are in. The Eagles are in. We know that.
Yeah.
They in. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna do it. It's why it seems like both divisions of the Wild West and a lot can happen. I'm gonna stick with these Niners, man. These Niners are balling out. Christian McCaffrey.
Yeah, they're balling out. Yeah, that's all.
Christian McCaffrey, he making people look like he's Christian McCaffrey. And Purdy looked like a video game yesterday. He was out there doing juke moves and all kinds of stuff. Showing people.
Their defense can't stop nobody though.
I don't know. We're going to find out. But I know one thing. Nobody expected the 49ers to be here when the season started. When I brought their name up, everybody laughed at me. And don't say we do that every show, D. Jones. I don't want to hear that old crap.
D. Jones, but let me ask you, D. Jones, of the
somebody
NFC
let me know if y'all
side
can hear me because I can't hear nobody.
We can hear you.
We can hear you.
Can anybody hear me?
Yeah.
I just can't hear nobody. I'm gonna say my stuff and then get on, get out. To me, it's only 3 teams in the NFC, and that's all out of the NFC West. I don't trust the Bears. The Eagles look like garbage. The Bucks or the Panthers are trash, and the Packers are what Jay would say doo-doo juice. So I'm only going with those 3 teams: the Seahawks, the 49ers, and the Rams. One of those teams are going to the Super Bowl, and the Super Bowl is where the 49ers play, which is crazy.
Yeah, that's too. Imagine that being a home game. Jay, what's your
I
take
can't hear
on-
nothing, so you can.
Jay, what's your take on this, man? How's laying out?
It's really staticky, so I hope you guys can hear me. For me, the Eagles, you can't count them out. Like, I don't care what they've looked like this season. They are 11-5. Like, they just win because winning is the objective.
He's
But
really
that
sad.
NFC
Can y'all hear him?
Yeah, I can
Can you hear me?
I can hear him. He just breaking up. He's
It's spotty to me.
It's really staticky on my side. Like, even when you guys talk, that's why I left and came back.
Yeah, it's really static.
We can hear
Jay,
you,
go
but
out.
it is that.
Go ahead, Jay, go out, come back in. Jay, go out, come back in. I'll bring you back. Go ahead, Steve. Steve, go ahead.
All right, so I have to agree with Jay. I think, listen, Philadelphia Eagles, you can't count them out. Like I always say, to be the man, you got to beat the man. They're the champs. And they proved it yesterday going into Buffalo in a hostile environment and winning a close game. It just shows that there's no quit and there's plenty of fight left in them. So I would say they're going to be one of the teams left. I agree with Seattle and the 49ers. And, you know, I originally had the Rams, but they're losing a little bit of steam, I think. Now, Seattle travels to San Francisco Saturday night. That's going to determine the division and who gets the number 1 seed, whoever wins that game. So that's going to be a slugfest. The 49ers won the first game back in September. But I think I agree that the 3 best teams are probably the 49ers, the Seahawks, and
The Rams.
Eagles. Well, the Rams are good, but I think that Philly, you just can't count them out. So as far as like who's going to make what noise in the playoffs,
Steve,
I'm going to go
let me
with
just
Philly
tell you one
instead
thing.
of the Rams.
Let's tell you one thing, Steve. The Rams didn't have their number 1 wide receiver. He comes back this week. So that's going to change everything. They didn't have him the last 2 weeks. He's coming back this week. So, yeah, Jay's back. So let me see what Jay, finish your thought, bro.
Yeah, I mean, the NFC West is what I'm looking at. You got Seattle at 13-3. You got San Francisco at 12-4, and you got the Rams 11-4 with a chance to go to 12-4 tonight. To me, the whole Super Bowl runs through that division. I mean, like the Eagles, they're tough and they're ready to go, man. But I don't think these teams are going to play them close in the same ways that they've been like eking these games out. I think the winner in the NFC comes from that division, the NFC West, one of those 3 teams.
All right, before we leave, you guys, Holly, give me a Super Bowl before you leave. Who you got in the Super Bowl?
Woo, that's tough, man. Damn. I'm gonna go with the Eagles on the NFC side, and I'm gonna go with the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Okay,
on the
all right,
AFC
Mo.
side.
Mo, who you got in the Super Bowl? Mo, you blocked. You're Mo,
Can't
you
hear
mic
it.
broke.
I'm gonna say Houston and the 49ers.
Houston 49ers. Okay. D Jones, who you got in the Super Bowl?
The Rams will be there. Can you hear me?
Yeah,
You know who he picking.
Come on now. The Rams and the
I should have asked him. I should have said, D, who's playing the Patriots in the Super Bowl?
Yeah,
Why
that's
did
what
he win the Patriots?
you
That's the question to him.
That's what you should have
I should
said.
have said, D, who's playing the Patriots in the
Who's
Super Bowl?
losing to the Patriots in the Super Bowl? The Rams.
Jay, who you got in the Super Bowl, bro?
Hey, I think Stafford's been the best player all season long. I think the Rams win the NFC, and the Jaguars make their first Super Bowl appearance, maybe in franchise history.
Okay.
I agree.
Steve, who you got?
I'm going to go with the 49ers. And, of course, you know where I'm going. Come on.
Yeah.
Patriots and 49ers. Let's go.
Him and D Jones got the same weed man. Yep.
No, I said the Rams. He said
I got the Patriots.
Yeah, but you also said these guys here,
I
right?
definitely said these.
Yeah.
Guys. You got
So
the who, Frank?
I got the Patriots and the 49ers.
I
That's
got
what
the Patriots and the Bears. I think the Bears going to shock the world because the way
Bears.
Caleb Williams is playing.
That would be shocking.
That
Yeah,
shocked me.
And also because of this, I think the NFL would love it if the Patriots with their turnaround season and the Bears with their turnaround season were to meet each other in the Super Bowl. You got a whole lot of storylines there. You know, two guys who obviously were drafted the same year. Two first-year head coaches. There's so much storyline there. I think that's what
One of them super
What's the
zesty.
better storyline though? Jacksonville. This is year 30 for them. They started playing in '95.
I'm not saying it's
And
not a good storyline.
they've never been. They won 4 games last year.
It's
And to
not-
turn around and make the Super Bowl to winning 4 games in year 30 of their existence, there's no better story than that.
What
Not
if the
bad,
Giants made it?
Not bad, but not as good as if the Patriots with how they turn things around and the Bears with how they turn things. And the way, I don't know if y'all been paying attention to Caleb Williams. I've been looking at the Rams. The Rams playing really good too. If I had to put money on, I'd probably put my money on the Rams. But Caleb had 7 come from behind victories this season. 7. And within 2 minutes or less. That boy's balling. He almost had 8 against San Francisco the other night. Almost had 8. If they had 10 more seconds, he would have had 8. I'm scared of Caleb Williams, bro. I think he's gonna get a Super Bowl under his wing.
Too zesty. You too zesty.
Yeah, that's it. I think he wasn't. But anyway, that's the show. We gotta get roll up out of here. Howie Bell, tell everybody out there how they can follow you, bro. Howie?
He's
Is Howie frozen?
Yeah, Howie's frozen.
Oh man.
Okay, Mo.
The
tell
software
everybody out
acted
there-
up today.
Yeah, I don't know why it was going on the internet, but go ahead.
MOE_comic on Instagram, Maurice Smith on Facebook. And this Wednesday, New Year's Eve, I will be at the Quincy Marriott. 2 shows, 6 and 8 p.m.
There it is. D Jones. Tell everybody how they
My
can follow
audio
you,
just went out again, but 313 D Jones. I love you guys. See y'all tomorrow.
bro. Peace. Jay, tell everybody how they can follow you, bro.
At JD Hayes at fan base, if y'all can hear me.
Yeah, and we can. And White Chocolate.
Follow me and Frank on Boston Straight Shooters on
I
Facebook
was
and
on
YouTube.
chocolate.
I don't understand what's going on, but anyway, we'll see y'all tomorrow. The name of the show is called Box Seats. We talk about sports with comedians. We'll see y'all tomorrow. We'll be back tomorrow for the year-end show. Peace.
Hey, what you need, yeah? Man, I got it, wow. What you say, hey? We about it,
Y'all hear me?